hysterical, paranoid. How can we have a bad discussion if no one will listen to me? Oh, Susan.
Diana.
They used my witness against me. They contorted the truth. It didn't matter what we'd say. They knew they'd pulled from the root.
It's a rotten patriarchal circus. There's no way we can win. We're lucky to have got our way with our lives. They'd sooner have us burnt. And other women have it too. The ancient essence, our house of life is being systematically ruined.
Sarah, Princess Diana, we've all been treated the same. Silenced by sharing the palace, tortured for questioning the game.
It's always been the same story from when we were both very young. Never made to feel we were real, treated like the odd one.
Susan, stop it!
Susan, stop it. It's my name. My name is Susan. Stop it.
Stop it, you big bully! Come on, David, let's leave her. She's just a little pest.
One of these days, I'm going to run away for good.
Let me come with you, David.
Who do you think you are? Joan of Arc?
Don't bring your dirty art school habits here.
Don't go honest me, beating me with a hairbrush.
You can disillusion me, but don't disillusion your father.
You can stay here as long as you follow the rules of the house.
I'd like to be a man. That's not a woman's job handling heavy animals.
Why are men are so important?
Because they're breadwinners. All men are selfish. It's just the way they are.
You, useless, lazy, never will do.
I've had enough. I'm off. I'm never coming back.
You love that cat.
So what if I do?
Don't love anyone else but me.
I love you because you understand me. Every single thing I'm trying to do.
I used to think my mother was wonderful until very recently. I used to think she was a dear, sweet old lady like everyone else does.
I don't know how they think that. There's a terrible coldness about her.
She gives the impression of being caring. She's very fit for her years.
So was Maggie Thatcher.
Oh, hello, Mother. And Sandra, long time no see. How are you? How was lunch?
It wasn't bad.
Victoria. Would you like to sit out in the garden?
Only if there are no flies and such like. I told you to wear an old skirt for coming here.
Look at her yawning.
She'll have been up all night preparing for us. Do you want me to leave you some shopping bags? So you don't have to use those plastic ones?
Oh no, it's okay, thank you, Mother. Come on, let's sit outside, get the last of the sun.
It's the uneven ground. Oh, I wish I had a saw like that.
I'm just taking down some leaves to let the sun on you.
Not that it will make much difference in this garden. The growth in 2 years at least it will have some sunlight under your bed.
Oh, have a snack, Mother.
Put it down, Susan. What a pity you can't see the lovely view for the trees.
Oh, I like trees, Mother. I like seeing them grow. It's what I do for a profession.
These are nice. Sandra, have one.
Why couldn't you decide before?
I wasn't sure if the apples were soft. Sandra and I planted snowdrops and tulips here, not that you'd notice.
Oh, for goodness sake, they all came up in the spring.
But they'll be smothered with all that growth.
Look, Mother, I like trees and a wild garden. You like a suburban garden. I love my garden just as much as you love yours.
I don't love my garden anymore.
Well, let's just agree to like different things.
I think the less we see of each other, the better. Would you like some poppy seeds?
Aggravation, lack of communication, deprivation, until you don't care. Then there was my sister's wedding, which neither of my parents wanted to celebrate. They knew the exact time it was happening, so I shot down there, feeling sure they would want to raise a glass. But no, I had to force it upon them. I mean, I was always celebrating them, the great Kate and Reg, through birthdays, New Year's, Christmas, always jollying them along to make up for their lack of family. I felt sorry for them, poor old souls, never seeing their grandchildren. It took me to the age of 40 before I realised they were perfectly happy on their own. I even relied on them for moral support when my brother and sister rejected me. Oh, Moira, I'll look after you if the worst comes to the worst.
Next time you visit, don't come as a spy.
That creature.
Moira's always been the same.
But the real revelation came when my father died. I was in Africa at the time. My brother David arrived from Canada a couple of days before me. My sister Moira was too ill to make it. She'd had Parkinson's disease pretty bad by then. David met me at Edinburgh Airport and seemed quite uninterested to see me. He and Mother were very caught up in visiting my father, who breathed his last shortly after I visited. I'd pressed an African carving into his hand, a woman with large breasts, which Mother later hid from the minister. David had not stayed in the parental home for many years. Unlike me, he was an infrequent visitor, but he was throwing his weight around like he owned the place. And when I dared to light a cigarette...
This is a non-smoking house.
I hope you're not going to speak to the others like that.
No, I wouldn't speak to anybody else like that, but you're my kid's sister, and I can speak to you any way I like.
When the hospital phoned to say that Father had died, I found Mother in the kitchen, staring at a blank wall with her back to me. I put my arm around her. Oh, well done, Mum.
I couldn't have managed without David.
It was like being hit by a wet dishcloth. I meant her to feel good about all these years of shared care that we'd had, not just the last 3 days. What was it all about? Why had I devoted myself to helping them both so much when it could be cancelled out by a few days' visit from my brother, who never even put his name to a Christmas card?
You, bring back the car for 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Of course I'll bring it back in time. Where's the keys? Oh, now look what you've done, you great prick.
Oh, I can't bear all this fighting.
I hope you'll comfort your mother.
Don't worry, I'll manage that.
I was so mad with David, I could have murdered him with my bare hands. It didn't dawn on me till later. It wasn't so much my brother's bad behaviour as my mother's attitude to her female children that was the real problem.
My mother legged it as soon as she could, and her mother wouldn't even stand up for her in court. She said she was unfit to look after us children. And Charles's mother, now there lies a tale. If only Charles would leave the system, I'm sure there would be hope for us both.
There is a
My father said I could go back to my bachelor's life if my marriage didn't work out after 5 years.
Charles, how could you? You beast, you pig, you great horrible insensitive prick! How could you keep treating me like this? It's so unfair! So unfair! Isn't it? Isn't it? You just won't give her up. Nothing is as important as her. Not even your wife. Your children. Nothing. Nothing.
Well, I suppose if you put it like that, you could be right.
When the full moon is rising and the calm eclipses the skies, when the daughters challenge the mothers and the birthday cake gets fried, we'll sing extraordinary alignments of planets that energize. The healing of this planet, where ego dominates. The universe is trying so hard to communicate through Princess Diane's crying. The nature of our mistakes.
I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts in people's hearts, but I don't see myself being a queen of this country. Because I do things differently, because I don't go by a rule book, because I lead from my heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
Practical service to others is the message from above. To find divine enlightenment through unconditional love of all those things around us that never have enough. The full moon is rising on the 20th of July. You'll see extraordinary alignments to help us realize the union of opposites, the journey of the soul, where unity develops, where harmony grows.
So you see, we are all equally wonderful and powerful.
There's
something special in every one of us. Love is the answer, suffering is the cure. If I can kick bulimia, I can surely overcome more.
You've got Parkinson's and I've got Paris disease. We're a couple of girls who take our punishment with ease. There's not a lot we can handle, there's nothing we can do. It's because we're so talented, the enemy would run us through. In your case it's your mother, in my case it's my husband's friends. But it doesn't really matter, it makes us stronger in the end.
It was now 1995. Moira had been struggling with Parkinson's disease for 15 years. The side effects of her medication, L-Dopa, far outweighed the benefits. Constant involuntary movements meant she could hardly get food into her mouth and seldom a night's sleep. She had up to this point managed to retain a sense of humour and still paint, garden, drive a car and look after a husband and 2 sons. Now it was desperation point and I scarcely realised it. The palidotomy operation was her last hope. I had no idea how life-threatening it was going to be. We'd hardly seen each other in 30 years and seldom kept in touch. When she wrote a begging letter to Mother for money for her operation, neither of us took it very seriously.
Oh, Moira, there's nothing more we can do. For 15 years you've battled and you've always pulled through. We're sure you'll manage this time yet again. This palidotomy op will give you added fame. Oh, Moira, we offered help, but you said no. There's nothing wrong, you're fine, your stars are full of gold. You've rejected help so many times before. It's too late now, we don't believe you anymore. Oh, Moira, we'd like to help you if we could. We tried everything before, but it did no good.
Departure British Midland to London Heathrow, flight number BT061. Passengers on this flight to proceed to gate number 1. Departure British Midland to London Heathrow, flight number BT061. Passengers on this flight to proceed to gate number 1.
Moira! Oh, Moira! Yes, it's me, Dinna greet more. I know I don't look very great, but I'll be alright after a night's sleep.
Oh, well done, Moira. How was your flight?
Okay, I had to take some extra medication.
Sorry?
I had to take some extra medication, but it was okay. Sue, will you take a photo of Mother and I?
Oh, sure, Moira. Hang on. There you go.
I would like to eat something.
Okay, how about a bacon roll?
Sounds great.
But she only managed one bite, then had to put it down. That was to be the story for the next 3 weeks. She liked the idea of eating, but couldn't really enjoy it. The big thing in my mother's life was food. I was sure she would make her usual fruit compote, but she didn't. And her stewed apples were so sour, Moira couldn't eat them.
One evening, I found Moira and Mother sitting in the semi-gloom. Mother happily munching on biscuits with a cup of tea by her side, feet up on the stool. Moira with nothing, seated some distance away. Mother was wearing a particularly sparkling outfit of white cardigan and pearls over a gold cotton dress. Moira with a shawl over a faded woolen dressing gown.
Hello, Sue. Doesn't Moira look the lady in that shawl she found today?
Mother, what's your secret, living to this great age and looking so well?
Key to the mysteries of life is loving oneself good and right. A marriage of a male and female tie, sparkling like a diamond in the night. The key to the mysteries of life is loving everything you do each day, taking pride in making things look bright, and doing it in precisely your own way.
Sorry, Mother. Must go.
Moira, are you alright? Moira, you okay? I don't know what you mean. What are you saying? Oh, your feet. Oh, I see. Okay, wait a minute. I'll get something. Do you want something on your feet? No? Oh, what that? I don't know what you mean. What do you...
The cat. Bring the cat.
Oh, it's okay, Moira. It's okay. I'll hold you. Oh, your hands are so cold. It must be hellish. Like being in a bad fit.
It's all right now. I just need help until the medication works. My son Cameron is usually the best at it, or the cat would have done.
Oh, Moira. God, you're so brave and wonderful. You'll have to stop worrying about Mother, you know. She's much fitter than either of us.
Yes, I was beginning to wonder the way she sat through Braveheart and seeing her eating those chops. I was trying to explain why I'd had a bad day yesterday, but she didn't seem interested. I'm not sleeping properly in this narrow bed.
Oh, I know. Let's put the two beds together. Or, I know, how about the mattresses on the floor? I know, we could use these two together like this. Is that better, Moira? Is that it?
Ah, bliss. This is what I need. Brain sleep.
After Moira left, the cat and I were keen to get into her room to find some traces of her visit, a book, a piece of clothing, but there was nothing. The room was more sterile than ever before. On opening the chest of drawers, one was filled with neat bundles of men's clothes and a letter addressed to my brother, dated 1963. The whole drawer had been dedicated to my brother. There wasn't a trace of Moira anywhere. A few months later, I was in for another shock. Oh, hi, Mum.
Are you needing any joiners?
David, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just wanted to see how Mum was doing.
Are you going to hire a car?
No, I don't think so. We'd like to visit though. How about this afternoon?
Yes, that'll be okay. Must go now, David. See you later then. Bye. God, what am I going to do? I'll have to leave a note to say I've been unexpectedly called away. Sorry, I have to leave to celebrate being me, enjoy looking around and have a cup of tea. There's a key by the door, make yourselves free. I've baked you some cakes and there's photos for you to see.
It's locked.
Oh!
You try it.
Oh no!
It doesn't want to open. She's left food on the table too.
Oh!
Oh, come on, Mom. Let's just leave it.
At last, now that I'm 50, I can leave all my enemies behind. Rejoice in the old way of living. Reclaim what is rightfully mine.
At last, now that she's 50, there's hope for us. Hope for the planet. There's hope for every man, woman and boy, and everything living upon it.
At last, now I'm eating hot boiled flame behind. I can cope with my flame and proudly reclaim a life that is worth living and mine.
At last now I've defeated the terrible effects of PD. I can jump on a plane and proudly reclaim a life that's worth living for me.
At last, now I've broken the shackles of stultified misery. Not someone's idea of what I should be, but more like the someone that's me.
At last, now we are free from the problems we've had with ourselves. We'll do what we can to free every man for the year 2012. Oh, Mother, I had to go out. Did you get my note? I left everything for you on the table.
The front door was locked.
No, it wasn't. I left it open especially for you with a note on the table.
But you said you had prepared the table, but we couldn't see a note.
I said on the note to lock the door behind you when you left.
Well, both David and I struggled to open the door. It was definitely locked.
It wasn't.
So where were you?
I went to a little boy's birthday party.
Why did you want that?
That was only asked at the last minute. To be honest, I wasn't that keen to meet David.
That's more like it. It's good for you only had to see.
Oh, it's nothing to do with not coping. You know I don't like the way he treats me, and you didn't tell me he was planning a visit.
I know you'd be serious, David.
No, I don't. I don't dislike him any more than I do you.
What a way to speak to your mother.
Maybe you should change the way you speak to me. I've told you till I'm tired, it's an insult to be treated like a child, and it's not just me, it's the way you treat all women.
I'm always nice to people.
It's the way you speak about them behind their backs. You never have a good word to say about any of them, and you call Mrs. McDonald a dull old bag.
I never
You did. You did. You said it quite clearly on the phone. That time you had tea with her, she was just a dull old bag.
I'm sure you've got it wrong.
And the way you treated me at Father's funeral, and the way you treated Moira.
What about Father's funeral?
Oh, lots of... Look, I can't go into it all now. You've got to change your attitude to me, that's all I'm saying. It's to do with you and how you perceive yourself. Well, you can start treating me with some respect for a start. You've got to do that. And you've got to do a lot of work on yourself, or we're going to die enemies. Okay, bye.
At last, now I'm 50, I'm beginning to see the light, beginning to see the wood from the trees, determined to take no more tripe.
Hello? Oh, Moira. Oh no. That's terrible news. Listen, what are you eating? Oh no, Moira, you must eat proper orange-coloured fruits, bananas even. Listen, would you like me to come over? Okay, listen, I'll book a flight right away. Okay, bye Moira. That's no surprise. You've been dying on your feet from the age of 5. When you were fondly dangled on your father's knee, you must have known the meaning of hypocrisy. Oh, Moira, your life has shown me the truth at last. Now I can make sense of our family's past. Mother is large and round and most powerful. Father furthers his cause and is her downfall. Sons win her love and her complete respect. Daughters are demeaned and kept in check. The planet needs the male and the female in balance. We've got to get it right in this final challenge. Final challenge. Final challenge.
Every time you move is a sacred movement, the power of food flowing through your veins. Every time you breathe is a sacred moment, the power of love making you whole again.
Everything you are is a sacred system. Everything you do moves the universe. Everything you think of is infinite wisdom. Everything you eat is for the best.
You are like a light, radiating not photons, but consciousness.
As they radiate, your thoughts have an effect on everything.
Think happy, Moira, and the cancer will go away.
Go with it, don't fight it. Let the light fill your head. And if you can bear it, dangle a foot out of bed. And if you get it right, great is your delight in heaven.
Mother always said stars were hard to draw.
Dance in the rhythm of time, molecular mystical resonance, share in the DNA rhyme, tune into Om and the present.
We often don't see the trees for the woods, as we are the woods.
Diana, you are the flowers and the universe.
I'm feeling like I've never lived before. Although I know I possibly have. The future now holds nothing more in store. I've reached the point where everything is past. At last I found a man I can trust. A job I can do with ease. At last I can forgive all the hurts and set my sights on living as I please. I know I can be a peacemaker because people trust me. My voice is strong because I am strong. I fear nothing now.
Anything is possible. Everything is possible. Anything is possible. we go round in spaceship Earth, rejoicing in the seasons, looking out the windows at the sun, believing endlessly, believing. Heaven, heaven on this land, heaven, heaven is at hand.
No, it's me.
Well, Sue, what are you doing here? I thought Mandy would have been here by now. Mandy comes on Mondays.
I know, Mother. Listen, I've got some terrible news. Please sit down.
Oh, no, don't scare me.
Mother, you won't find this easy to believe. There's been an accident.
Oh no, not Mandy. It's not. Oh no. I can't bear it. First Moira, then Diana. Now Mandy?
People you love never really die. They live in your heart forever. They are as real as they've always been. In fact, they are more real than ever.
That's just fairy stories. When you are dead, you are dead.
People you miss have never really gone. They are as near as ever. You can touch and speak and share in their joy whenever you want, wherever. Oh, Mandy must have died for a reason. You know how much she loved animals?
Oh yes, she adored her horses.
It's a miracle of life. We just go on and on, recycling of the soul, a never-ending song.
This is the song for 1999. The state of our world is a spiritual decline. Destruction, disease, corruption are in their prime. At the end of the millennium, this is the song. This is a song for 1999. Now we should know our lives are on the line. The age of Christ should have been the most sublime. Not needing reinforcements.
This is a song for 1999. We've been around for a very, very long time. Fair to say we've all been fine. In this world of opportunity. This is a song from 1999. We're happy to say the most divine. Well, as it were in 1969, when life was so very fine. You remember 1969? Well, the older ones will. Mexico, Maharishi, Copenhagen, Jimi Hendrix. Sharon Mark's Little Red Book. Turn on, tune in, drop out.
It's a song for 1999. This is a song awaiting on your ride. This is the time we have to redefine what is important. The Aboriginal people of Australia, the Himba of North Namibia, the Ogoni of Nigeria, the Bush people of the Kalahari, the Eskimos, the Indians, the people of the rainforest. This is a song for 1999. Indigenous people have taught us just in time. Before they decide to finally resign from a world of mutants. This is a song for 1999. This is a song awaiting on your ride. This is the time we have to redefine what is important.
The day Mandy died was the most peaceful of my life. It had snowed all day. I was in my attic, closeted in a deep sense of timelessness. Nothing was more important than just being. Nothing was more special than what was happening around me now. The South African chimes dinged for the first time. This, I told the cat, is it. It doesn't get better than this. It had been a beautiful Joan Early type morning. Silver discs of moon in a flat grey sky. Russet spikes of grass piercing the fields of white. I didn't want to do anything all day but feed the birds and rekindle the fire. Even to write anything down would break the spell. So this was what was meant by keeping days holy. I noticed the traffic had stopped on the main road. Someone slithered in the snow. I walked part of the way down the track, then returned to my well of warmth, which was how the minister described Mandy at her funeral. The day that started with crimson dawn, snowflakes in a frenzied world. By the time it had ended, Mandy had gone. The day when time stood still.
said and nothing is done. That place where time stands still.
Mandy's mother was so serene, standing at the church door, greeting everybody who came to the funeral. What a contrast to my mother. Moira had requested that some of her ashes be scattered by the cliffs where I live, which I considered a great honour. Peter looked so agitated when he arrived. Peter was Moira's husband.
We don't want to stay. Your mother nearly fell. I see you've made preparations.
Oh, Peter, please, sit down. This is an important occasion for me and for Moira. Where's Kate?
She's in the car. She doesn't want to come in.
Oh, I'll go get her.
I told you Sue was very persuasive. Peter, bring in the parcel from the car. You know the one.
Okay, Kate.
Oh, Mother, I want to show you all the things I've done for Moira.
Another time, I can't cope anymore. That's your jersey she left behind. I thought you could use them here.
Huh? Come on, let's have a drink.
I'll just have a cup of tea.
Well, here's to Moira.
The absolute friends.
I'm so pleased Moira could see this place on her last visit. It's an honour she wants her ashes scattered here.
Do you know the special spots you made?
Yes, we parked the car at the cliff and she looked down over the beach and she said, "Take me away from this beauty." She could see the potential in this house as well, in its dilapidated state. I moved in here the same day she had her palidotomy operation.
Peter, help me up, please. I think we should go now and get it over with.
Oh, Dodi and Diana, it's hard to find the words that express your talent, your struggle, your style, your wonderful tenderness. Oh, Dodi and Diana, your death has come as no surprise. You were everything MI5 despised.
Now it's up to us.
Now it's up to us.
Whom you've left behind.
Whom you left behind.
To carry on your work.
To carry on your work.
With your spirit in mind.
With your spirit in mind.
Tell us again about cow power.
Government has suggested it would be cheaper by far to incinerate diseased cow carcasses to generate electrical power.
For spends of the increased pride of life. Wonder the animals are sick.
Like school children all over the world, they're antibiotic. School is the rules, the fisherman's tools, the fact that in facts is everyone's rule. Don't take it. Don't take it.
Factory farm fed on wasted vital straw. Pigs eating each other's tails.
No fish left in the sea. No more dolphins or whales. No peace, no trees, no wildflowers.
No more chorus at dawn.
All the things our parents loved and knew have almost entirely gone. School is the place where you win or you sin is the known education.
It's the nonsense bin. Don't take it. Don't take it.
Flesh gobbling gut searing E. coli 0157. No more meat served in the schools. Granny's gone to heaven.
Genetically engineered superbug sucks herbivorous insects to death, which have previously acquired resistance to the chemical poison set. School is the rat of the superfat nation, bred like a cat on misinformation. Don't take it. Don't take it. Mutating dinoflagellates emerging from the depths, feeding on sewage in the sea, eating what they can get. HIV, TB, CJD, plastic MIllenium dome. It all adds up to what is known as Brave New World. It seems our lives are unknown.
Well, everything's unknown. Even our bodies, especially our bodies, is just another spaceship to get us through this planet. A vehicle for this particular part of our journey.
Fat cat, super rat, food mountains. We're in a terrible state. Hungry and homeless on the streets. Eating on hate. Toxic tips, sterile strips of countryside. Victim of suburban sprawl. Inner city man be revived again. If it was made available to all.
How do you mean? Well, there's acres of waste ground in the cities which can be cultivated
Into wetlands, gardens, wildflower meadows, woodlands, ponds, canals, electric bikes, wave power, free schools, eco-villages.
Right here in the heart of the city, schools trying to contain us so we don't understand. All we need is sunlight and a spade and a plot of land.
We stand as one beneath the sun, red, yellow, black, and white. Our colors blend as rainbows end and march across the sky. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've known as days to sing God's praise, as when we first begun. We're going to the fields, we're going to the fields, all together people, we're going to the fields. We can work together, we can work it out. If they don't listen, we're going to have to shout.
Wait a minute. This has gone too far. You can't go on cultivating like this. You were given only a small piece of land, but now you've taken over the whole area.
But you said we could use it just for a trial. You said it had not been used for many years. You said it was okay just as an experiment. Now it's gone so far, it's making you fear. You said, just let it develop. Land like this is left undeveloped for years. You said, find out if there is an interest. Now there is an interest. Don't you see? People really need this sort of thing. They want to grow their own food and flowers, and their children need somewhere to play. Always, everybody, every person does.
There's nowhere for our children to play, there's nothing for them to do. We're stuck inside our flats all day, don't even have a decent view. There's nowhere for us old folks to stay, there's nothing for us to do. But now we've been working outside all day, we're feeling better, it's true. Now we've been working outside all day, we're feeling really well. I've met more people in one day here than 10 years living in that cell. Than 10 years living in that cell.
Bring on the television cameras.
Yes, tell the world. Protect all the plants and the animals. Save them from the horror and danger of slaughter by man. All that we want is a plot of land, somewhere nice and peaceful to watch our vegetables grow. Thousands of acres lie wasted. Let us use them wisely, so every living thing has a home.
Okay, you win. You can keep the land, and Susan can have her school.
Hooray! We got it together! We got it together. We got it together somehow. We got it together with the magical power of art. Magic of chlorophyll, magic of light, magic of all those things. till